Yo, what be the drip, YouTube? It's your boy Zack and Backpack, and we back to react to some tracks. Now, Backpack is here with me, and he told me he's gonna be on his best behavior. Isn't that right, Backpack? Close enough. Now, today we are going to be filming Mondays and Tuesdays videos in one, and I'm sorry if they come out later than they should. The only time I really get to film is at nighttime most of the time, so y'all, like I said, I don't fucking care. It's my channel, but I just want to make sure that y'all are fine with me posting videos a little later than normal. They're still gonna come out. There's still gonna be a grind going, but they might come out later than usual. So today we're going to do another double header. Now I want to bring out a spoiler warning for everyone who has not seen the Super Mario Bros. Movie, because I loved it, and I'm going to anything that they release about it, I'm probably going to react to if I have time. And so today we got a double header. Since it's short, I'm going to be playing so they released Peaches from Bowser, Illumination did, and it's the official music video. I reacted to the one that Cole Bennett made with Jack Black, and we're gonna do that because it's short, and then we're gonna move on to the breakdown from my good boy New Rockstars. I don't know if it's Eric Voss in this one. They always change it up, but New Rockstars, we got a breakdown for it. So like I said, spoilers ahead, bro. I'm gonna say that one more time. Spoilers ahead. So if you have not seen the movie, don't watch this fucking video. If y'all are gonna go see the movie, y'all can come back and watch these videos after, alright? You ready? You've seen the movie, right, Backpack? He hasn't, but I don't give a fuck. So let's get right into it. We're gonna do this one first. By the way, I love this song. It has been sweeping the nation, and it's fucking awesome.
This one is from my one and only true love, Princess Peach. Peach, you're so cool. And with my star, we're gonna rule. Peach, understand, I'm gonna love you till the very end.
You see, and what's cool about Jack Black, and y'all better not sleep on this dude, bro. He not only is he a great fucking actor, he's hilarious as fuck, but he also can sing, bro. Shout out Tenacious D, man.
I'm gonna love you till the very end. Peaches, 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 peaches.
What? That's kind of rude, but it is boss. He just said that Jack Black rhymes with Zack Reack, which is true, but
Peaches, 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 peaches. Ah, oh, yeah. Oh, Mario, Luigi, and a Donkey Kong too. 1,000 troops of Koopas couldn't keep me from you. Princess Peach, at the end of the line, I'll make you mine. Oh, peaches, 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 peaches. Oh, yeah. Oh, peaches, peaches, peach. Love really makes a guy come out of his shell.
yeah, I remember that. I can't wait for the movie to come out on digital, because I'm about to destroy the fuck out of that movie. I'm about to, like, I might have to play the game while I'm watching the movie. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, we about to move on to the breakdown. Of course, we got a fucking ad. But let's give New Rockstars their money, yo. They deserve it. They do some great fucking things. And hey, I forget her name, but today we got her. I know there's Jessica Clemens, who's one of my favorites. There's Eric Voss, and then I forget her name. I think it starts with an A, like Andrea. I could be totally wrong, but Anyway, let's get it.
I'm
Anna Vanston. I knew it started with an A, but it wasn't Andrea. I had the A-N correct though.
Woohoo! Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Anna Vanston, and the Super Mario Bros. Movie just came out and absolutely lived up to its trailer hype. There's no
Facts. Facts. That's facts.
time to faff about because this movie is packed and we've got limited time to squeeze out all the good Mario juice out of it.
That's disgusting.
Mario juice is extra pulpy. By the way, to save
That's Anna. I didn't want to know that, Vanston. Okay.
time and effort, I'll be saying bros instead of brothers in all of the titles for this video. Now let's dive into that pulpy Mario juice.
No, please, no.
Good boy, the classic fire versus ice situation as Bowser's airship spews lava onto the ice below while menacingly making its way towards the Ice Kingdom, which is an original
By the way, shout out Illumination, man. They are goated with animation. I'm telling you right now, goated, bro. Despicable Me, killer. Despicable Me 2, killer. Despicable Me 3, killer. Minions, killer. Minions 2, killer. Minions Rise of Gru, killer. Secret Life of Pets 1 and 2, killer. Mario movie, totally demolished the fucking game, bro. Don't sleep on Illumination, man.
Kingdom to the movie, but the Aurora Borealis and Desolate Wasteland vibes are super reminiscent of the frosted glacier world in New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe.
That's facts.
As we get our first good look at the ship, the music playing is called Bowser's Airship theme, originating from Super Mario Bros. 3.
Oh, really? I don't know if I ever played that one, but that's fire.
And now's a good time to say that they used so many songs from the games in this movie that it would be
130 Mario songs? Jesus.
impossible to list them all in this video, but I'll toss in a few here and there. Then Bowser's right-hand man throughout the games, Kamek, appears, and you can see some of the
That's facts. Kamek. Love you, Kamek. Nah, I don't really love you. You're kind of a prick, but still love you.
Koopas holding flags, which are the flags of unbeaten levels in several of the games.
Yes.
When the penguins attack, the red Koopa with the eye patch slips up and lifts it and shows that it's a purely aesthetic eye patch. Kids these days in their fashion, man. Bowser steals what he later calls the superstar from this kingdom, indicating that while stars are somewhat abundant in the Mario games, they are at the very least a rarity in this universe. We are then treated to the
I mean, I did notice that, and like I said, spoilers ahead. He got the star at the beginning, and yeah, in Mario games you get stars all the time. I mean, Odyssey was all about stars, and Super Mario Galaxy and Galaxy 2 were all about stars. So it was crazy how many less stars there were in this movie. However, I think it would be interesting to continue on, because obviously there's going to be a continuation of this. Y'all have to see the movie. Make sure y'all watch both end credit scenes. But I feel like continuations, if they move on to Super Mario Galaxy, or if they move on to whatever they move on to, there's going to be more stars.
piece of artwork that is the Super Mario Bros. Plumbing commercial, which is a song that originated from the Super Mario Super Show. During the commercial, the logo on the truck matches the new Super Mario Bros. Wii logo. The brothers
I noticed that. That's facts.
Super Show. During the commercial, the logo on the truck matches the new Super Mario Bros. Wii logo. The brothers are shown wearing yellow capes, which is an homage to the power you get from the cape feather in Super Mario World. And also the phone number and website listed are both real, and the website has tons of cute Easter eggs in and of itself.
That's funny. Hold up. What?
Also
So the phone number is real, okay? And the SMB, Super Mario Bros. Plumbing.com. That has to be a real website. Hold on, I didn't read this. Inquire for availability. Full range of services available only to boroughs of Brooklyn and Queens, New York. By texting, you would agree to receive periodic text messages on behalf of SMB Plumbing. Text stop to cancel or help for help. Message and data rates may apply. A universal release 2022 Nintendo and Universal Studios IMAX was a registered trademark. Okay.
Phone number and website listed are both real, and the website has tons.
First, let's make sure you're not a bot. Click on the cars. If you get this wrong, a Bowser SFX plays. LOL, that's funny. Super Mario Bros. Plumbing family owned and operated. Fixing pipes is our game, as seen on TV, and they're locally trusted. That's fire. Hi there, Mama Mia. Thanks for choosing Super Mario Bros. Plumbing. How can I help you today?
Tons of cute Easter eggs in and of itself. The commercial ends and we're shown the
I do like how they started with Mario and Luigi as normal people, and then they moved on to the whole Mushroom Kingdom as something that like sucked them in through a pipe. I did like that idea because in the games they never really break down that they're normal people or that they're even plumbers in the first place. You just play as Mario and you go through the adventure. He barely talks, if ever. He makes noises and that's it. So I really like the interpretation. For those of you who think Chris Pratt didn't do a good job or sucked at the voice, I loved it. I thought everything about the movie was great.
Inside of Punch-Out Pizzeria, a reference to the game Punch-Out, which is appropriate seeing as the walls are lined with Punch-Out memorabilia, including photos of several of the Punch-Out boxers like Glass Joe, Bear Hugger, Little Mac and Doc, and many, many more. Thrown in are also some pictures of the NES.
That's fire. I knew that Nintendo was going to spread a lot of their old Nintendo games in here because that's just what they do. Well, that's what Illumination does. That's not what they do.
Glass Joe, Bear Hugger, Little Mac and Doc, and many, many more. Thrown in are also some pictures of the NES game Duck Hunt, which there will be plenty more nods to later. The news report displays the headline that Mayor Pauline has been re-elected. Pauline, who we also see in a later news report, was first seen in the arcade game Donkey Kong, but later graduated to mayor of New Donk City in Super Mario Odyssey.
Yes, I do remember playing Super Mario Odyssey to its fullest. That's interesting. Mayor Pauline. Okay, we could get an Odyssey type of story next time, so.
Anyways, Mario and Luigi debate over whether or not their Italian accents in the commercial were too much when the character Giuseppe, dressed suspiciously like an older Mario, says, "Too much, it's a perfect." I can't do the accent. This character is voiced by none other than Charles Martinet, who is the original voice actor for Mario in the games.
That's super funny. That's so great that they threw a cameo in there, you know?
Martinet also voices Mario's dad in the movie, which is a touching handoff.
Really? That's fire.
Giuseppe goes back to playing an arcade cabinet that is meant to represent Donkey Kong, but is instead named Jumpman, which is what Mario's name was back when Donkey Kong was released. We're then introduced to Spike, Mario and Luigi's former manager, who works at a company called the Wrecking Crew. But this isn't coming out of thin air. Wrecking Crew was an NES game where Mario and Luigi worked on a demolition team, and a bearded foreman named Spike would try to disrupt the brothers and make them fall.
That's super funny. They threw a lot of shit in here. I'd never heard of that Wrecking Crew game, but that's fire.
Blame him for leaving a company where the boss was actively
we're only 3 minutes in. This is gonna be a long ass video.
Trying to stop them from doing their jobs. Luigi gets a call and we hear that his ringtone is the GameCube starting screen sound, and the unknown caller picture is an outline of the standard male Nintendo Mii character.
Yep, I noticed all those. When it was ringing out, I was jamming out. I was like, yo, that GameCube sound, bro. Fucking classic, bro.
As Mario and Luigi jump into the truck, next to the pizzeria is Sunshine Travel Agency, a reference to Super Mario Sunshine, in which Mario and Peach flew to Isle Delfino, which is shaped like a dolphin. As the truck stalls and they get out to run, we can see that their license plate spells Mario Bros. In the following shots, we get a couple of references to the game Game & Watch, first on the truck behind them and then on a construction sign. When they're running through the construction site, it switches to a 2D perspective like in the original games, and the entrance of the construction site actually mimics level 1-1 of Super Mario Bros. When Mario jumps onto the pole and slides down in the end, the sound the goal pole makes in the game plays, and it is no coincidence that Burger Castle, a red castle-shaped building, is right where the castle would be at the end of the level.
That's so interesting that you said that, because when they started doing it, I knew right away they were playing off of the 2D scroll game. You know, it's a 2D scroller game. The originals are, at least, where you're 2D and you just scroll across the screen and you hop on shit. And it doesn't stop or you die. And I didn't know it was in the same layout. That's interesting, though. That is interesting. Castle Burger, the castle, yeah.
Burger Castle, a red castle-shaped building, is right where the castle would be at the end of the level. The brothers make it to their job, and this luxury apartment has more Easter eggs than meets the eye. The leftmost painting looks suspiciously like Tetris blocks, and the paintings with blue and green squares are very possibly referencing some of the background tiles from Super Mario Bros. 3. There's also a painting at the end of the hall with the dog from Duck Hunt. Another small detail in this scene are the bottles in the shower. One says Shine, a reference to the Shine sprites in Super Mario Sunshine, and I believe some of the others say Zune, which is the pseudonym of a Japanese game developer who credits Super Mario Bros. As having a huge influence on him. Cutting back to the living room, we see a couple more Easter eggs with the Brooklyn Bridge and One World Trade Center in the background, a glass statuette of a
man, rest in peace. World Trade Center.
Pikmin, and a book the guy is reading called Galaxy with a planet on it, clearly a reference to Super Mario Galaxy.
Definitely. I didn't notice any of those because those are too small, and I was super excited for the movie, but that's fire.
Before we move on, there is so much in the human world that echoes what we see later in the Mushroom Kingdom, so let's do a speed round of foreshadowing moments.
Okay.
This small flag figurine behind them that looks like a green goal pole, the gold star on this kid's hat, a truck starting montage which is mirrored later with the carts, green grocery having fruit stands out front and this cheeky sticker, all the crates and scaffolding with green pipes scattered throughout, this picture of a crown, Mario hurtling and saying Mamma Mia in slow motion, and Luigi using the mirror to push back against the water stream, much like in the final fight. And the Easter eggs don't stop as we head back to
That is interesting.
Mario and Luigi's house. The coat hooks they hang their hats on look like little mushrooms, and their house is decked out in cozy and familial decor that starkly contrasts the modern, somewhat sterile decor of the previous scene. The family leans heavily into their Italian roots with red, white, and green walls, a poster of the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and an Italian flag banner with a soccer ball on it. There are also trophies on the mantle for things like bowling and racing. And on the bookshelf are figurines of sheep and sombreros, a nod to the sheep in the Sand Kingdom of Super Mario Odyssey. The last decor detail.
Bro, that's facts, bro. That's facts, bro. They broke down everything, and this is why I love New Rockstars. This is the type of shit that they do. I wanted to apologize real quick for the background noise. You know, movies will be played. I do live with other people, so don't worry about that shit. I tried to drown it out as much as I can, but it is what it is. Backpack, you enjoying yourself? You've been quiet. Yeah, he just smoked with me, so he's high as fuck. And when he gets high, he gets quiet, bro. But you having fun? Yeah, it makes you want to go see the Mario movie, huh? Maybe next time I'll take you. Why does it do that? Every time I push space, it mutes itself.
On this room that I want to point out is the base of their phone is reminiscent of a Nintendo Switch Joy-Con.
Oh, I didn't notice that. I have a Switch actually. Right, it's on my bed, but yeah, I have the blue.
Next, we move on to Mario's bedroom, which feels fast, but hey. Mario is playing Kid Icarus on the NES and is clearly a sports game fan looking at all of the posters and pictures around the room. You can see references to NES games golf, tennis, NES pro wrestling featuring Starman facing off against the Amazon, baseball, kung fu, and track and field.
Too many, Nintendo, too many.
He also has a poster of F-Zero, an SNES game, and the polar bear from Ice Climbers for the NES. Other gaming references in his room include an R-Wing model from Star Fox, a tennis racket acknowledging his tennis hobby, and the book The Odyssey on his headboard, an allusion to Super Mario Odyssey. While Mayor Pauline is talking on the news, the scrolling headlines make reference to the game Wave Race 64 and mention crabs in the sewers, likely pulling from the Mario Bros. Arcade game in which crabs would come out of pipes in the sewers.
Why is it kind of perfect that, like, I feel like these games and like Mario himself was made to be like it was perfect for an animated movie and an animated universe. It's like, it's perfect, especially now that Nintendo's involved too, and Illumination. Like it could literally like break the game, bro. And I'm not like saying glitch, I'm saying like, bro, I think it already got what, 150 million box office. Like, that's insane.
Sewers, likely pulling from the Mario Bros. Arcade game in which crabs would come out of pipes in the sewers. Running through the streets outside, we see a French restaurant called Chasse au Canard, which is duck hunt in French. As the brothers go into the sewer and break through the wall, the hole they make is in the shape of an 8-bit Mario head. As they walk down the
Whoa, really? Hold up, I gotta see that again.
The sewer and break through the wall, the hole they make is in the shape of an 8-bit Mario head.
That's funny.
As they walk down the staircase, a sign that says level 1-2 is on the wall, referencing level 1-2 of Super Mario Bros., in which they are underground, and fittingly, the underground theme song plays. Mario bursts out of a pipe stemming from an archway, the red brick perfectly merging the world he came from with the Mushroom Kingdom, where red bricks are a bit more emblematic. And
that's facts.
Thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. Movies and TV can be large 20. Just answer a fist from their chat phone. If your therapist isn't the right level of professionalism and quality, and at a more BETTERHELP.com/gear, New Rockstars for 10% off your first month of therapy. Toad's backpack is full of adventuring gear, making fans speculate that he might be the future.
The one thing I don't like about New Rockstars, I don't mind that they have their, promos or whatever. I normally skip past the sponsors and stuff. But they go right into it. They don't give us a chance to be like, okay, now back to the breakdown or anything, just so I can know when they're gonna get back into it,
future Captain Toad from previous Mario games. His bag also has decorative pins that show Princess Peach's castle, the upside-down pyramid in the Sand Kingdom from Mario Odyssey, and the dinosaur from Cascade Kingdom of the same game. Toad says that Mario's brother has landed in the Darklands, Darkland also being the final world of Super Mario Bros. 3 where Bowser's main castle stands. And when Mario gets a look at the castle and surrounding land for the first time, inside the castle walls from Super Mario 64 plays. We also see several
that was a classic one too.
Surrounding land for the first time inside the castle walls from Super Mario 64 plays. We also see several dome-like rock formations, which is referencing the capsule-shaped hills seen in the background of many Mario games. Luigi unfortunately isn't having as good of a time, but one fun fact is that when he hits the dry bones, a sting from the Fortress theme from Super Mario Bros. 3 plays, and in that same scene you'll get a taste of the Luigi's Mansion theme. Then we make it to Toad Town, which I'm referring to as Toad Town because pretty consistently
a lot of the Mario themes from the games fit perfectly in this movie as well. Like, it literally sounded like film scores in the game, like in the movie. I mean, fucking fire. It'd be cool to get a Luigi's Mansion movie. I think that would be lit, bro.
Mansion theme. Then we make it to Toad Town, which I'm referring to as Toad Town because pretty consistently throughout the games, the town right outside of Peach's castle is called Toad Town, and the lampposts and ground coloring is the same as Paper Mario's Toad Town. So there. Now please allow me to be your personal tour guide for Toad Town. I will hold the dinging of the missable details till the end so you don't go mad. The most prominent foods you'll find in Toad Town are fruits that are straight out of Super Mario Sunshine, as well as Yoshi's Story, and sweets, possibly because of the various dessert-themed levels featured throughout the series. And if all that sugar from fruits and desserts don't give you Toad levels of energy, don't worry because there are coffee shops everywhere. Admire the fountain of 4 Cheep Cheeps. Stop by the pie shop, the fish shop, the ATMs with the treasure chest symbol from Super Mario Bros. 3 over them, the weapons shop, the Crazy Cap store from Super Mario Odyssey, the shop with a POW barrel.
Lot of stuff, which is what I like. I like seeing this, bro. Especially for a Mario movie, this is perfect.
The shop with what looks to be maybe turnips and radishes from Super Mario Bros. 2. The antique shop. What? You want to know what's in the antique shop? Okay. You got axes from Super Mario Bros. And an open sign that looks like the title screen, a dragon coin from Super Mario World, treasure chest from Super Mario Bros. 3, keys from a few of the Mario games, a pixelated version of a Super Bell, a boomerang flower, an NES cartridge the Toad is holding that the shopkeeper says he has to blow into.
Does this thing work? Yes, what's great, you just have to blow into it.
Referencing how it was a popular theory back in the day that if a game cartridge wasn't working, you should blow into it to get it to work again. A chest full of coins, a hammer from Super Mario Bros. 3, a sign with the coin cost of a Tanuki suit, a mushroom, and a super leaf, a poster of the end of World 1-3 of Super Mario Bros., a POW block, or maybe a skull box from Super Mario World, hard to tell, exclamation blocks, possibly a mannequin hand holding a warp whistle from Super Mario Bros. 3, more stickers on the shelf in the middle that depict more Super Mario Bros. Scenes, magic potions from Super Mario Bros. 2, a music box from Super Mario Bros. 3, a Yoshi egg lamp, a poster of Princess Peach from her letters in Super Mario Bros. 3, P-Wings from the same game, P-Balloons from Super Mario World, P-Switches and Clouds from Super Mario Bros. 3, Springs from Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels, and Anchors from Super Mario Bros. 3.
That's a lot. But hey, shout out to Mario and Illumination and shit. Nintendo and everybody just do all that shit in there. Fucking fire, bro. Fucking fire.
Other Toad Town must-sees are a poster of a band with Toadette in it, a purple toad named Chanterelle, which is the same name of the singer in Club 64 in Paper Mario, and a Cheep Cheep that gives Mario a death glare, seemingly joking that enemies just naturally have something against Mario. Check out our Builder Toads, first seen in Super Mario Maker, a map of the Mushroom Kingdom in a Super Mario World map style, and a map in the style of Super Mario Bros. 3, as you can tell by the coin checkpoints. Alright, tour's over. That's 47 missable details for Toad Town. And Mario runs off the platform in the same distinctive way he runs in Super Mario 3D World. 48. Now, like I said, the number of songs from the game in this movie soundtrack is wild, but this particular scene has an insane number of songs. The only one I'll take the time to call out is an extremely subtle line of the underwater theme from Super Mario Bros. That plays when the Cheep Cheep mean mugs Mario. For the rest of the songs and sound effects in the scene, you'll have to check out my breakdown of when this clip came out. We've got to get to the castle. At the castle gates, the Toad guards tell Mario that the princess is in another castle, a throwback to the famous line from Super Mario Bros. The throne room
That's facts.
of the castle is most similar to Mario Odyssey in its layout, and the main stained glass installation is the exact
Wait, hold on, what?
castle is most similar to Mario
Odyssey, yeah, I noticed that. Mario Odyssey is the one I've played most recent. Other than Mario Kart, I play that a lot, but most recently has been Odyssey, so a lot of stuff I can catch from Odyssey.
Odyssey in its layout, and the main stained glass installation is the exact same design as the one in Odyssey. Some details here: the cloud design in the stained glass, sun detailing on the floor, and checkered pattern on the floor are seen in several of the games. The candelabras have bulbs that have the slight shape of the original fire flowers, and throughout the castle are paintings that have adventuring toads scattered throughout them. Peach's Toad Council gathers around an interactive map, and we can see all the lands that they end up traveling through, plus an island that looks like an N64 controller. Peach decides to go to the Jungle Kingdom plus an island that looks like an N64
That's facts.
controller. Peach decides to go to the Jungle Kingdom. Calling it Donkey Kong Country, huh? But first, the training grounds. Few quick fun details here. The flagpole is styled after the gold pole design originally from New Super Mario Bros. And when Peach reaches the goal, the signature sound plays. She then floats down with her dress, and while in earlier games she was able to hover without an umbrella, Super Mario 3D World was the first game where she used her dress to float like this. The lights around the starting platform resemble the super crowns from New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, and this fish is me at 3 a.m. writing this breakdown. On to Bowser's Castle, the troops are partying it up, and among them are Koopas, Paratroopas, Swoops, Piranha Plants, Dry Bones, Shy Guys, Sniffets, Spinies, Bob-ombs, Goombas, Hammer Bros, Sledge Bros, Buzzy Beetles, and Chain Chomps. There's a big band of Koopas with their faces painted to possibly...
I wonder how much time they have on their hands just to sit here and like find details every time they go and see a movie.
Pay homage to Kiss, but also look like they're painted to look like Dry Bones. Bowser is notoriously self-obsessed, and his throne being literally him sitting proves this point. We cut back to Luigi and are treated to a flashback featuring baby Mario and Luigi with...
Yeah, I know, that was so cute. So, fun fact, Baby Mario is actually my go-to character in Mario Kart because the bullet motorcycle that Baby Mario has is my favorite, so...
Notably, some turtles in the background. Baby Mario and Luigi were both first seen in Yoshi's Island, and Baby Peach debuted later in Mario and Luigi Partners in Time. Meanwhile, Mario, Peach, and Toad leave the castle and we get a travel montage. They first cross a field representing Bob-omb Battlefield from Super Mario 64 with the cannon surrounded by rocks, a wooden ramp with a box by it, and a floating island with a tree. Then they cross a bridge with Cheep Cheeps flying at them, likely an ode to the Cheep Cheep Bridge in World 2-3 of Super Mario Bros. Or World 6-1 of Super Mario 3D Land. Then there's a desert that appears to be influenced by the Sand Kingdom from Super Mario Odyssey, judging by the upside-down floating pyramid islands, half-buried pillars with vibrant colors like Tostarena Town, and cacti. We get just a tease of Yoshi's Island that looks a lot like New Yoshi's Island and the Yoshi Village from Paper Mario,
Hell yeah. Can't wait.
where Mario eats an apple, notoriously Yoshi's favorite fruit. And finally, they end up on the cliffsides that distinctly resemble the rock structures from rock candy mines in New Super Mario Bros. U. We then get treated to a Bowser solo called Peaches that was, maybe unsurprisingly, written by Jack Black, along with directors Aaron Horvath and Michael Jelinek, and editor and additional voice actor Eric Osmond. But
That's fire. That's fire. It was written by him too. I didn't know that, but he did a great job. We just checked out the official music video, and I checked out the Peaches video they're showing. So if y'all haven't checked those out, again, go see the movie first and then check them out.
fun fact, John Spiker, who plays bass for Tenacious D, played the piano for Peaches. And when Bowser and
That's nice.
Kamek jam together, they play the
I didn't know that he played on the same band as Jack Black. That's even more fire.
underground theme again. Cutting back to the
Wait, hold on.
piano for Peaches. And when Bowser and Kamek jam together, they play the underground theme.
And the piano says Ludwig von Koopa. That's fire. Like Ludwig von Beethoven, but instead of Beethoven, it's Koopa. Okay.
Again. Cutting back to the trio in a field of fire flowers, Mario takes off his hat to talk about how worried he is about his brother. While in a few of the games, Mario is physically more vulnerable when he doesn't have his hat via taking more damage, he is emotionally more vulnerable when his hat is off here. Peach
That's a good observation. Also, he takes off his hat in Odyssey a lot because he uses Cappy. That'd be cool to have like a if the next movie plays off of more of the Mario games, I think it'd be cool to have him throw the hat. I think that'd be fire.
Peach gains the fire
Get it? I said fire, but the fire plant was on the screen. That's a bore.
flower power up and her dress changes to her Fire Peach dress seen in the games. And in response to Mario suggesting she's from his world, Peach
I wish we could have seen Mario get a fire plant. Same with Luigi. I know that Donkey Kong got one and Peach got one, but
says it's a huge universe out there with a lot of galaxies, teasing a potential Mario Galaxy sequel in the future.
yes, please. That was my favorite game.
Speaking of Galaxy, we then meet an adorably nihilistic Luma that we can actually tell is a Luma Lee by its light blue color and the little cowlick at the top of its head. How it got here is a mystery, but where a Luma Lee is, Rosalina can't be far behind. But for now,
That's facts. Rosalina confirmed for sequel? Maybe. By the way, my little sister is named after Princess Rosalina. My little sister's name is Rosalina. We call her Rosie for short. But she was named after Princess Rosalina from Mario, so definitely Mario hits home.
the trio arrive at the Jungle Kingdom. As they stare up at the entrance that is straight out of Donkey Kong Country Returns, DK Island's swing from the first level of Donkey Kong Country plays. The memories. They take off towards the throne room in a cart that has a rhino on the front, a reference to Rambi the Rhino from the Donkey Kong series. They use the cart glider that first appeared in Mario Kart 7 to fly into a temple styled after
That's facts.
the Golden Temple from Donkey Kong Country Returns. We then find out from Cranky Kong that Donkey Kong is his son, which switches up the family tree a bit since in the games Donkey Kong would be his grandson. But he's also a friggin' king now, so. In the hallway when Mario is about to enter the ring is a training dummy that looks like a Naughty from Donkey Kong Country, and the stadium itself is decked out in red scaffolding, blue letters, and barrels just like the original Donkey Kong.
Yeah, I noticed that. That's fire.
Which is fitting because Cranky Kong is canonically the original Donkey Kong from that game. The absolutely flawless DK rap from Donkey Kong 64 plays as Donkey Kong enters the arena, and we see that Dixie, Diddy, and Chunky Kong are in the audience.
Heck yeah. I love Diddy Kong's fire too.
DK says it's on like
And Seth Rogen did a great job, obviously. Seth Rogen's a beast. No doubt about it.
Donkey Kong, a line originally from a song by Ice Cube, but now trademarked by Nintendo. As DK beats Mario's mushrooms to a pulp, the side shot we get almost mimics the 2D view of Super Smash Bros. And speaking of, now would be a good time to point out that this movie has stayed faithful to 2D view of Super Smash Bros. And speaking of, now would be a good time to point out that this movie has stayed faithful to a lot of the characters' game moves. Donkey Kong's roll attack, Cat Mario's diving attack, Mario's jumping punch pose, there are too many to list, but they did an amazing job. And the same goes for Mario's classic expressions. There are so many Mario-isms, the Mamma Mia's, It's a Me's, Wahoo's, etc., etc. Very good. Peach and Mario talk outside a hut that is almost identical to the Kong treehouse in Donkey Kong Country Returns, and there's a rocking chair outside as a nod to Cranky Kong's rocking chair in the games. Inside, there's a world map in the style of Super Mario World, along with several pictures and posters of different kart mechanics and trophies, and a picture of Funky Kong surfing. They then head to the kart warehouse.
Ooh, we got into that Mario Kart bag, bro. I almost started crying. I almost started bawling my eyes out. I'm like, yo, this is my fucking childhood right here. We used to have fucking tournaments in my house with this shit. And like on the original Wii, we would always like, it was always super close. We would always all be great at it, and it was so much fun.
Where one of the mechanics has a 64 on his shirt, perhaps a reference to Diddy Kong Racing 64. We can also see some banana barrels from Mario Kart Tour installed into the carts that are utilized later. The trio go to their kart making stations with kart selectors straight out of Mario Kart 8. Mario,
Which is fire.
gets a version of his standard kart from Mario Kart Wii. Peach gets a bike most similar to her mock bike and has changed into her killer Mario Kart biker outfit. Toad is rocking a monster truck most similar to the Tiny Titan, and DK is driving a kart that vaguely resembles the Bolt Buggy from Mario Kart 7 with rocket barrels from DK Country Returns attached. Mario and DK actually later ride this barrel through the sky the same way it's used in the game. We then see
That's fire.
Bowser rehearsing his wedding, and part of what we later see is his full wedding attire from Super Mario Odyssey, and he holds the same bouquet of lilies and piranha plants that Peach had in the same game. He's practicing with Kamek dressed as Peach, which oddly enough isn't the first time, seeing as Kamek also dressed as Peach in New Super Mario Bros. Wii.
That's funny.
Honestly, I don't know what's going on here, but I support it. Then we're gracefully given a beautiful and action-packed Rainbow Road.
Yes, loved that scene. That has to be one of my favorite scenes from the movie. Rainbow Road looked so gorgeous. Everything was so well choreographed. They did a fantastic job.
Rainbow Road being the most famous course in the Mario Kart series. The classic theme plays as they drive down the path, and several details from the game are displayed during their race with the Koopas. As Mario drifts, the sparks from his car go from blue to orange to purple, which in the games represent the size of the boost you get from drifting. The tires turning sideways for anti-gravity mode was introduced in Mario Kart 8, and we also get a haha here, Mario-isms. The blue Koopa turns into a spiny shell, and
Yes. That's why when I was watching it, I said, oh no, a blue shell. Because every time you're in first fucking place and someone gets a blue shell, you're fucking screwed, bro. No doubt about it.
An infamous item from the Mario Kart games that targets players in first place. It also does a couple little circles around the target and then blows up like it does in the later games. But things go south and Mario and DK get swallowed by a mall ray that is specifically modeled after the Mario Odyssey version. Later, as Peach approaches Bowser's airship, we see Super Bell trees from Super Mario 3D World and the flowers that are adorably planted in little red brick blocks. When telling Peach about the star, Bowser says, "We will be invincible," which clearly has a double meaning here. We get to the wedding and King Bob-omb and King Boo from Super Mario 64 are both on the guest list.
Heck yeah.
Peach wears a wedding dress similar to her one in Odyssey with an added peachy color at the bottom. At the same time, DK and Mario team up to fight their way towards the wedding, and as it enters—
See, DK got one, but Mario didn't get one. Like, he just got the ambiginator mushroom. Like,
there's a side-scroller view. We get about 8 million more songs and moves straight out of the games. The way Mario runs with his arms out, him hitting the blocks underneath enemies, Donkey Kong's forward air attack, Mario's ground pound, and if we look in the background, we
that was awesome.
can see a shop sign that has the same Super Mario 3 treasure chest symbol that was over at the ATMs earlier. Mario transforms into Tanuki Mario, first seen in Super Mario Bros. 3, and takes to the skies. Eventually, the fight is taken to the human world, where we see even more Easter eggs around the city. There's a 24-hour car wash sign with a character from the arcade and NES game Balloon Fight. There's also an electronic repair shop called Discune Hardware Company, which is a reference to Discune, the mascot for the Famicom Disk System in Japan. You can even see his outline on the left of the sign. We can see an ad for luck cards, which bear almost the same symbol as spade panels from Super Mario Bros. 3.
Shout out cards, you know we love that shit.
In which you played a bonus game where you had to match cards. In the same shot, you can see the ad on top of the taxi says "Save the Kingdom," and the subliminal messaging doesn't stop there. When Mario's beaten down and sitting in front of the broken television, the Jumpman cabinet by his side says "Help me." But the tides change and Mario and Luigi get the superstar, obtaining the same rainbow effect that the star would give you in many of the games.
Yeah.
And the Invincibility Star theme is heard. And if you didn't stick around, there are 2 post-credit scenes. The first features Bowser singing a reprise to Peaches, now held in a cage in Peach's castle, and the second revealing a cracking Yoshi egg that's in the same sewers as the beginning of the movie, solidifying that Yoshi will indeed be in the next movie. And then—
Yes. Yoshi!
my friends, is what we could find from our initial viewings of the movie. I personally can't wait for a sequel, and I'm still crossing my fingers that we'll get a Galaxy plotline in the second one. What would y'all want to see in a sequel? Leave it in the comments. Until then, you can follow me on Twitter at @It'sAnnaVanston and follow—
I don't know how it's gonna work. I really hope that they do a Galaxy theme at all in the second movie. I also hope that they show the whole aspect of, since they might have Yoshi in the next one. You know how sometimes he hops off of Yoshi and he goes and does his own thing in the games, and then Yoshi like teleports back into an egg and you have to hop on the egg to get him back out. I wonder if he's gonna have a similar thing. But bro, that Mario movie was fucking fire. Thank you, Anna Vanston, for that amazing breakdown. And if y'all have not seen the movie yet, I'm gonna say it one last time. Go watch the fucking movie. But if you've made it this far, then I guess you don't give a fuck. If y'all enjoyed, let me fucking know, and I'll see you on the next reaction video. Always strong. Long ass fucking video.